Morning. This is Dr. Manjunath Chennapgod from Anveshana Academy, Bangalore, India. Dear students, in the last class we discussed about scope of physics. Today I will move towards next topic. Yes, let us start with next topic, science and technology. Dear students, before going to science and technology, I would like to tell one small story which is behind the science and technology. Dear students, one scientist that is you already know James Watt. When he was a child, he was sitting beside to his mother in a kitchen. So mother was cooking. He was silently observing the lid of the cooker actually. Lid of the cooker. That lid is moving up and down. It is moving up. So he is silently and gently he is observing the why this lid is moving up. If it is moving, if it is moving, definitely there is an energy causing to move the lid off. Then he came to know that yes, that lid is moving because of an energy. That energy is created by steam actually. That energy is created by steam. Then he decided yes, that steam having enough energy to move the lid. So and that steam itself having a energy, that energy can be converted into different kinds of energy and we can develop an applications. In the same way he decided, he thought when he was mother was cooking, right, the steam is formed. He decided that steam is causing to move the lid. Then he came to know that steam have enough energy. Then he decided, he worked a lot. He done a lot of research, investigations, experimentation. Then he converted that steam into mechanical energy with the help of a mechanical element or a component or machine. That machine later he called it as a steam engine. That steam engine is an engine which converts steam energy into mechanical energy. So the steam engine is invented by James Watt, and that steam engine converted the mechanical energy into steam energy into mechanical energy. So that steam having an energy itself. So this is what this energy, the steam energy is well explained by a scientist or a physicist, that is James Watt. Later engineers sat together, they have done a lot of further improvement. They have contributed a lot to develop the steam engine later stage. Hence, the science and technology, science plus technology combined together, they have developed an application. That application is steam engine. With the help of that application, that is steam engine, we can convert steam energy into mechanical energy. Hence, James Watt contributed a lot to convert steam energy into mechanical energy with the help of a steam engine. Similarly, you can see solar energy. Dear students, when it comes to energy, you can see in our nature, wind energy is available, hydro energy is available, solar energy is available, thermal energy is available, biomass energy is available. Like that, different types of energies are available in our nature. But in that, some scientists, they have concentrated more on the solar energy. So the scientists, they have concentrated on solar energy. Then they thought, they have investigated how to convert that solar energy into electrical energy. They have worked a lot. They have worked a lot. Just a minute. They worked a lot. They worked a lot. 1 minute. Worked a lot to convert solar energy into electrical energy. Solar energy into electrical energy. They have done a lot of experiment investigations. How to convert the solar energy into electrical energy? They came to know that there are some different types of materials. With the help of that materials we can convert that photon energy into electrical energy. Then they've investigated some materials. Those materials are called semiconductors materials. Mainly in that semiconductor materials, p type of materials and n type of materials are playing very important role in converting solar energy into electrical energy. They investigated that when we are going to combine p type of semiconductors and n type of semiconductors, they are going to become a junction. That junction, when we are going to combine p material and n materials, when we are going to combine, it is going to produce an energy. That energy we can call it as a electrical energy. One thing, when the light is going to fall onto this is p and n junction, there then also it is going to produce the electrical energy. Then they came to know that by combining this p type of semiconductors and n type of semiconductors, and when the light is going to fall on this junction, it is going to produce an energy. That energy we can call it as a electrical energy. This is first invented by the scientist. Later the engineers, they have developed this kind of solar panel with the help of PN junction materials, sorry, P types, N type semiconductor materials, and they have developed a structure or a foundation for that solar system. And they have developed, and engineers, they developed a battery system or battery for storing the electrical energy. Then the whole application is developed by the engineers. Hence the engineers converted the science into technology, okay, with their investigation. And these applications nowadays we are using day by day. So you can see here now, p materials and n materials all play in a very important role. Those materials are investigated by the investigated by the scientist or physicist. Later the engineers, they use that application, those materials, and they have developed an application. That application is solar energy conversion system, dear students. Similarly, laser, we know already laser, okay. The CH town investigated the laser. Nowadays we can see laser applications. We have a number of laser applications. You can take any industry. You can take a medical industry, you can take a manufacturing industry, you can take a textile industry, you can take any shopping mall. Everywhere we can say we are using a laser. Actually, when it comes to industry, right, you can take a laser cutting is there, okay, laser welding is there, laser machining is there, okay, laser scanning is there. Like that, n number of applications are there. Initially that laser concept was started by scientist. That is, you can take a town. He has investigated. Initially it was a maser, then later he worked on, he made it as a laser. Then that laser is invented by a scientist. Then the engineers sat together and they have developed, used that laser, and they have developed a number of applications in the different industries. So laser you can take one thing. And also you can, they have, with the help of some that lasers, they have developed some applications which are related to thermodynamics. Then scientists, you can say the Michael Faraday and Volta, they initially investigated the current and voltage. They later, the many scientists, the engineers, they came and they developed then applications to utilize the electrical energy. You can take any applications. One more thing, dear students, in 1865, in 1895, the first Nobel Prize goes to William Rontgen. The William Rontgen, he contributed a lot. In the first time, he invested the X-ray. He is the man who investigated the X-ray first time. So then the engineers, they have developed a machine. That machine we can call it as a X-ray machine. We can take X-ray, you can take in that too in medical field, that play a very important role. The whatever the Rontgen he has given, right, he has given a lot of gift. That is a big gift he has given to the human kind. Actually we can say that X-ray, body X-ray, you can take any kind of X-ray. It is because of the contribution which is given by the Rontgen. Like that, you can take a laser also. We are using in the barcode scanner in our day-to-day applications. You can see in a shopping mall or any parcel or something else, mobile or something else, you can see you are going to do the scanning, right? There also we are using the laser. Like that, n number of applications are there. These applications are developed by the engineers. To develop these applications, the first investigation is started with the scientist or physicist. Hence, science plus technology play a very important role in our day-to-day applications what we are using. Okay, fine. Like that, you can see now one applications you can see here. Now if you are a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer, electronical engineers, or any kind of engineers you can take. So to develop the applications, I will take a tractor as an example here, or applications. To develop these tractors, we require some fundamentals or physics to develop this kind of applications. What examples? Simply small examples I will take. What is the motion of this tractor? At what velocity has to move? What will be the acceleration? What type of friction they are going to appear? Okay, what is force is required? Then what, how much energy is required? How much work it is going to do? Then how much power it is going to generate? These all fundamentals we can study with the help of the physics. Actually, this fundamentals physics, the many scientists you can take, many scientists they have given the fundamentals or basics towards the these all concepts, because by using these concepts we are going to develop the applications. The engineers they sat together, they develop the applications. To develop this kind of applications, the base is the physics. That basic concepts are first investigated by the engineer, scientist, okay, or physicist. So when it comes to a tractor, it is tractor as an application. You can see there itself we are having a number of applications in the tractor itself. Seed cum fertilizer drill, tractor land cultivator, actuator. Okay, you can take a helicopter. Okay, aeroplane you can take. Signal system you can take a TV or laptop or mobiles you can take. These are all applications which are developed by the engineers. So that is technology. But to before this, the scientists they given the fundamentals of the physics. Actually, when the helicopters or aeroplane we are taking, right, it is going to have different forces on it. So it is going to have a lift force, it is going to have a drag force. What is this lift force and drag force? How to calculate that? These all fundamentals are well explained by the scientist or a physicist. Later the engineers use that as the concept and fundamentals, and they have developed the applications. So the physics. So so to develop any applications, we can see here now the force may play in a very important role, distance may play in a very important role, the mass may play in a very important role, and gravitational constant. This great scientist Newton, he has given the gravitational constant. So these all fundamentals we are using to develop the applications. Okay, with the help of these applications we are doing a lot of work in our day-to-day life, dear students. Okay, fine. So to understand better, I will take two examples and I will try to explain you how the science and technology play in a very important role in our day-to-day life. Dear students, the scientists they explained about the potential energy. What is potential energy? The energy which is associated to position of the body. We can say that we can write it in terms of equation, that is P is equal to m into g into h. Actually, what is Pe? Potential energy. Pe is equal to m into g into h. Okay, m is the mass, g is the gravitational constant, h is the height. Dear students, we can see the scientists they have told that when we are going to example, I will take one example, one application I will take it here. Hydro power station example, you can take hydro power station. In hydro power station, this when we are going to store water into a dam, then the water level is keep on increasing. When the water level is keep on increasing, the height of the water level is increasing. If the height of the water level is increasing, h is increases. If the h is increases, then potential energy is going to increase, because the potential energy is directly proportional to height. Actually, dear students, so this potential energy can be calculated with the help of this equation. This equation is given by what? Scientist or physicist. Okay, so the civil engineers, I will write it here, civil engineers, they built in a dam and they started to store the water into a dam. When the water is stored into the dam, right, one kind of energy is stored. That energy you can call it as a potential energy. when we are going to open the wall, right, the penstock wall, the water, whatever it is stored, right, it will start to move. That means what, potential energy is going to convert it into kinetic energy. When the water is moving, right, it is going to have a kinetic energy. This again, this concept of kinetic energy is well explained by the scientist or physics. Then that kinetic energy can be calculated with help of an equation, that is what, k is equal to half into m into v square. If the fluid is moving at a high velocity, if the water is moving at a high velocity, that means it is going to produce the more electrical energy. How it is? Because kinetic energy is directly proportional to velocity and mass. So if velocity increases, kinetic energy increases. Now, so kinetic energy, then the mechanical engineers, they developed in a turbine, and shaft arrangement and rotor arrangement. Then they started to convert that kinetic energy into mechanical energy. They started to convert that kinetic energy into mechanical energy, so with the help of a turbines actually. Then that shaft, the whatever the turbine shaft is connected to electrical generator, then the electrical engineers, they started to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. That means what, energy is converted from one point to another point. This energy conversion is well explained by the different scientists in the physics by by telling one law. That law is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy, the scientists they will. So there are different types of energy equations, energies are there. These all energies well explained by the mm, different scientists in the physics. Later the engineers, civil engineers, then mechanical engineers, then electrical engineers, they develop the applications to convert one kind of energy into another kind of energy as per our requirement. Hence the both scientist and engineers, they sat together, they developed an application. That is nothing but they have developed an application. Hence the science and technology play in a very important role in developing the applications what we are using in our day-to-day life. Here also we can take second example. The first, when the wind is moving, right, in nature wind is moving. When wind is moving, the scientists they assume that when it is moving, it is having an energy. Then that energy can be converted into electrical energy. So that concept is given by the scientist first. Then when it is moving, right, yes, when it is moving, it is having a velocity. When it is having a velocity, it is having an energy. That energy is nothing but what, kinetic energy. Okay, then that scientists they've given it is having an energy. Then the engineers what they have done, they have developed an application called wind energy system or windmill. They've developed an application. Okay, that is what windmill we can say. So in windmill, the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, civil engineers, electronics engineers, all together they have developed a windmill. So that windmill converted the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical energy. Later mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So such kind of applications which are developed by the engineers with the help of the basic fundamentals or concepts which are given by the scientist. Hence science and technology play a very important role in our day-to-day life, the day-to-day life, because we are using a number of application, dear students. Okay, so this is about science and technology, dear students. With a lot of efforts I am teaching you. So please subscribe my channel, like my channel, and comment and support me. Okay, so please, your one subscribe will help me a lot. With a lot of efforts I am doing such kind of videos. So your support will help me to record more and more video in future. Thank you.